Survivor and Scrappy Mania, and today I'm going to make another layout, a single page layout. And let me show you the products that I'm using. The cardstock that I'm using is from this paper pad called Super K Life's Journey. And then one of the papers in here is like a bunch of certificates, like that one. And what I did is I cut them out. And I cut the certificates out, and I used them for layers in my page. I also took some old alphabet letters that I had, and I'm going to use that on my page. Out of that same paper, I went ahead and cut out some, punched out some butterflies, which is I'm going to use around my page. And then I'm also going to be using these flowers that I made using the hydrangea from Martha Stewart. And then that was another bits and pieces of regular punch out die cuts that I had around in my old stash that I'm going to use for the centers. Another thing, this chipboard is, I'm going to use this cardboard chipboard that I bought from Colorbox a long time ago, and it was on clearance for 50 cents. And then I'm going to use some burlap for underneath as one of my layers. I cut this die cut using the scallop frames from Hot Off the Press. So that's what I use in order to do the scallop. So let me go ahead and get started. Okay, here I'm taking all my pieces off my page, and I'm going to start gluing things down with a glue stick. I'm roughing the edge of the base page. I'm not going to put any ink, I'm just roughening the edge. And now I'm going to be placing my die cut onto my page. Now you'll see a moment why I do like using glue stick more than anything else is because, like here, I made a mistake and I forgot to put one of my layers down, so I was able to pull that up easily and then re-stick it back down underneath my die cut. The burlap that I'm using here, I'm using staples to keep it in place, and then I'm just going to place one small glue dot underneath two of the corners to hold it in place. Now I decided to kind of distress the strip, the paper strip here, and then I'm going to place that underneath my photo mat, and I'm using a glue stick for that. For my photo mat, because I do have the burlap underneath and I also wanted to add elements underneath my photo mat, I decided to use glue dots to hold it in place. And then I'm using a buffer to kind of just smooth it down. I don't like using my hands because sometimes I transfer over inks or glue to my pictures, and that's why I like to use that buffer. So now I'm gluing some more of my elements down, and I'll be using some more staples to kind of hold some of the pieces down on my pages, especially for the butterfly. I like putting a staple in between the butterfly. So now I'm starting to put some of my memorabilia underneath my pages and in my journaling spot. I'm going to start right hearing my title, and I like to glue my title from right to left, especially when my space is limited, so that way I make sure that I don't run out of space before I put all my words down. And then I'm putting my flowers that I made with the Martha Stewart hydrangea punch, and I'm going to be placing that throughout the page. And I use a lot that punch, the Martha Stewart punch. I like to kind of punch out 2 or 3 of the flowers and then place them together to create like a little rosette. So I decided not to put that last flower on because I thought it didn't need it. And then here I'm putting some of my glitter glue. Okay, this is my layout. Kind of simple, not too much frills. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Come back to see me for some more. Bye.